Hari Om. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahavishnave Namaha. Om Shri Mahadevaya Namaha. Om Shri Mahadurgaye Namaha. Om Shri Rama Ramaya Namaha. Om Shri Sadgurave Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashakritau Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavadvyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Shankaram Paramanandam Brahmanishtam Yatishwaram Bhashya Bhrantiharam Vande Shuddhajnanaekabodhakam Om Namah Shivaya 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 Namah Parvati Pati Har Har Mahadeva Hari Om Hari Om. We'll begin with the Shanti Mantra. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vak Pranaschakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahmopanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Ma Brahma Nirakarot Anirakaranamastva Nirakaranam me astu Tadatmani Nirateya Upanishatsu Dharmaha Te Mayi Santo Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om. We'll chant the mantras which we have seen. Om Adhihi Bhagavati Uprasasada Sanatkumaram Naradaha Tagam Hovacha Yad Vettatena Nopasida Tatastaudvam Vakshamiti Sahovacha Rigvedam Bhagavad-dhimi Yajurvedam Samavedam Atharvanam Chaturtham Itihasa Puranam Panchamam Vedanam Vedam Pitryam Rashim Daivam Nidhim Vako Vakyam Ekayanam Deva Vidyam Brahma Vidyam Bhuta Vidyam Kshatra Vidyam Nakshatra Vidyam Sarpa Deva Jana Vidyam Etad Bhagavo Adhyemi. Soham Bhagavo Mantravidevasmi Na Atmavita Shrutagam Hyevame Bhagavat Drishebhyaha Tarati Shokam Atmavita Iti Soham Bhagavo Shochami Tam Mam Bhagavan Shokasya Param Tarayatu Iti Tagam Hovacha Yad Vai Kincha Etat Adhyadishtha Nama Eva Etat. Hari Om. So in this seventh chapter of Chandogya Upanishad, we see Naradji approaching his own brother, his own elder brother, and requesting him to teach him Brahma Vidya. So his brother asked him, what do you already know about that Brahma, that Atma? You tell me. So he gives a long list of all that what he has learned, a very impressive list. So Rigveda Yajurveda, samaveda, atharveda, Itihas, Puranam, Vyakarana, etc. Long list. And then Naradji says that though I have learnt all this, again there is some disturbance, I think. Are you able to hear me properly on Facebook? So Soham Bhagavo Mantravid Eva Asmi Na Atmavid. Naradji says that I am Naradji says, okay, I will just change it first. So Naradji tells his brother Sanat Kumar, that though I have gained all this knowledge, I can say I am only a mantravit. I am not Atmavit. And I have heard from great masters like yourself that only one who gains knowledge of Atma becomes free of all sorrows. Tarati Shokam Atmavit. And I have sorrow, I have grief. So please take me across all this grief. So to him, the teacher said, what you have learnt is only Nam. Whatever you have learned so far can be conveyed in one word, and that is Nam, name. You have understood or you have acquired the name. And you are seeing and interacting with the form. So you are in the field of this name and form. And that is what happens to us, that we gain a lot of knowledge about this world and we transact with this world with that knowledge. Though our transaction goes on, we fail to gain self-knowledge. We remain in this transacting world itself. That itself is our samsara. So, as long as we remain in this world of names and forms, we will not be able to become free of samsara. And samsara is full of sorrow. So, only by transcending these names and forms and realizing that supreme reality, which is our own self, we will become free of all sorrow. And that's what the teacher told Naradji, that what you have acquired is just a name. So you are not Atmavit. Even Shankaracharya in his Bhashya, he explains to us that though all the scriptures are in the form of these mantras, and even the word Atma is used, but the knowledge of that Atma is conveyed in a different way altogether. Through the language of negation, that Atma is indicated. So Shankaracharya ji gave that example of that king who is passing with his retinue. So when that king is pointed out, what we see is only the outer form, the other people and all. But after negating all of them, the king is understood to be there. Similarly, when Atma, that word is used, the Pratyek Atma is pointed out along with the Upadhis, and when those Upadhis are negated, then we come to understand, realize that Nirupadik Atma, Atma different from all Upadhis. So this is the process, this is the way the supreme knowledge is revealed in the Shastras. But for this, we need the guidance of a teacher. So the question now is, when it was said that everything, whatever you have learned is only name. So how come everything is name? That is being explained now in this fourth mantra. So let us chant mantra number 4. Namava Rigvedo Yajurveda Samaveda atharvana chaturtha Itihasa Purana Panchamo Vedanam Vedaha Pitryo Rashihi Devo Nidhir Vako Vakyam Ekayanam Deva Vidya Brahma Vidya Bhuta Vidya Kshatra Vidya Nakshatra Vidya Sarpadeva Jana Vidya Nama Eva Etat Namopasveti. The teacher explains how everything is named. He says, Namava Rigvedaha. Whatever Rigveda you have learned, all the mantras, the mantra, the Brahmana, the Aranyaka, the Upanishads, all the various mantras which you have heard and learned, and you know the meaning, it can be mentioned with one word that what you know is name. Even Yajurveda, whatever you have learned is just a name. Samaveda is also name. Atharveda is also name, which is the fourth. Then Itihasa Purana Panchamaha, the fifth. Itihas and Purana, Ramayana, Mahabharata. So many mantras, so many shlokas, so many words conveying dharma, conveying artha, kama, moksha, describing the world, describing the various lokas, describing various beings, describing the various values of life. All these descriptions about the world can be said to be only name, Nam. Vedanam Veda, the Vyakarana. Then Pitryam, Pitryaha, about the Shraddha Karma, etc. Rashihi, about mathematics, about the meaning of the words, etymology, then about the secret of the earth, hidden gems and hidden treasures. Then Niti Shastra and Tarka Shastra and the Nirukta, the meanings of various words, dictionary, and about all this Dhanurvidya, etc. Whatever you have learnt, Sarpadeva Janavidya, Nama Eva Itata. It's all name. And here the teacher is using the word name in its singular form. He doesn't say that you have picked up a lot of names. He just says that all that you know is a name. Name he is using as a singular word, name. So let us try to understand this a little bit more. See, when we talk about this world, the whole world has come from that supreme Brahma alone. In the Brahma Sutra also it is mentioned that Brahma is that from whom the world comes into existence, in whom the world remains, and in whom the world again merges back. Janmadhyasya yataha. So from that Brahma alone, this whole world comes into manifestation. Brahma has his own Shakti, what is called Maya or Avyakrita. In Gita also Bhagavan says that through my Maya only this whole world is projected. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. In my presence, my prakriti creates this whole world. So the whole world is an expression of Bhagavan's Shakti, Brahma Shakti, called Maya or Avyakrita. This Shakti is a twofold, what is called as Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. When both this Apara and Para Prakriti are together in that Brahma, one with Brahma, they are called Avyakrita, undifferentiated. But when they get differentiated, when that Shakti gets differentiated, it has got two expressions as Apara Prakriti and as Para Prakriti. That Apara Prakriti is eightfold. Avyakta, Mahatattva, Ahankar, and Panchatanmatra. And Para Prakriti is Prana. So this Apara Prakriti further expresses as this whole material world having 24 tattvas. So the Pancha Tanmatras, Pancha Mahabhut, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Jnanendriya, Mana Buddhi, Chitta, Ahankar, all this together, this 24 tattvas, make up this whole world. And through prana, that Brahma alone expresses as all the jivas. Okay? So the whole world of matter as well as beings have come from that Supreme Brahma alone. And before, the first thing to express from that Brahma is this Hiranyagarbha. So Hiranyagarbha is the first expression. All this we have seen before also many times. But here now the context, we have to again remember what we had learned before. So Hiranyagarbha, he is the firstborn who has Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Ahankar, Prana, Panchatanmatras. The world has not come into existence. Hiranyagarbha is alone. Hiranyagarbha then converts the Pancha Tanmatras into Sthula Pancha Mahabhut. And with the creation of this Sthula Pancha Mahabhut, Vaishvanara is born. Still the world is not created. Vaishvanara, he also has Samashti Mana, Samashti Buddhi, Samashti Ahankar, Prana, and this Pancha Mahabhut. So Vaishvanara brings to his mind the world as it was in previous creation. The creation goes into this cycle of creation, sustenance, dissolution, Shrishti, Sthiti, and Laya. So after the whole thing goes into Laya, when the new creation happens, Vaishvanara brings to his mind the whole creation as it was before. And he then again projects the creation as it was before. Yatha purvam akalpitam, like that the Shruti says. Dhata purastad yamuda jahara namani krutva abhivadan yadaste. So in Purusha Suktam, the whole process of creation is also described very beautifully. So when Vaishvanara, he projects this world, before that the whole world is there in his mind. He brings that in his mind. So what does he bring in his mind? He not only brings the form of this world, but he also brings the name of all these forms. See, this we can understand. Let us say when we take the example of a pot maker. The pot maker is there and the clay is there. So in his mind, he brings the form of that pot which he wants to create. So he not only knows the form, but he also knows the name. Both the form and the name is there in his mind. Then he gives the shape to that clay, the shape of that pot, and he names it as pot. Similarly, this whole world exists in that Vaishvanara, not only the various forms of this world, but the name also exists. For example, he creates Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. He creates the various lokas. He creates the various bodies of the various beings. All these forms are there in his mind, and their respective names are also there in his mind. So after the whole thing is created, the names are also expressed. Means names are also there along with these creations. See, for example, when we as a creator, let us say I am an artist, I make some beautiful structure or a painting, use different colors, and I make a beautiful painting. And after making that painting, I give some name to it. So I have not only created the form, but I have given the name also. So that name and that form go together. I call that painting by that name. The name and the form go together. Similarly, when Bhagwan created this world, as Vaishvanara, when he created this world, the variety of forms were created and their names were also there along with these forms. So through Guru Shishya Parampara, we come to understand the names. The forms are already there, and through Parampara, we come to know the name. For example, this apple. This apple is there in nature. The birds, animals, they also see this apple. I, as a child, also see that apple, but I don't know what it is. Then my parents or my teacher tell me that this is called apple, A for apple. So I know the form and I hear the name and I connect that name with this form, and both they go together. When I tell someone that, oh, please bring that apple, that person understands that I am talking about this object. So the name and form go together in this world. But there are so many names, thousands of names are there. Like, for example, if we make different pots and different objects from clay, then all of them are named differently. Some are called pot, cup, plate, bricks, tiles. So many different names are there. But all these names can also be shortened to just say clay. If I say clay, then it includes all the names. The name clay includes all the names. Like, for example, we make some ornaments from gold. Different ornaments are there having different shapes and different names also. Bangles and necklace and earrings and toe rings and all those things. So there are thousands of names are there. But all of them can be bracketed into one name. Let us say I say ornaments. The name ornament include all the ornaments. But let us say there are certain things made from gold which are not ornaments. Some objects are made. So if I say gold, then those objects also get included in all the names. So all the names merge into the name gold. All the names of gold ornaments or the objects made from gold merge in the name gold. Similarly, all the names of different things in this world, variety of names are there, billions of names are there, all of them merge into one name. The Shastra says, all the names, they merge into one name. And what is that one name? That name is Om. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So there is this Mandukya Upanishad, in which there are these mantras. See, I'm just bringing all this and then again connect everything, whatever I'm saying. In Mandukya Upanishad, the first mantra is there, which says, Ki Om iti etad aksharam idam sarvam tasyopavyakyanam bhutam bhavat bhavishyariti sarvam omkara eva yachanyat trikalatitam tadapyomkara eva. In this mantra, the Rishi says that all this, what you see as this world, idam sarvam, all this which is experienced as this world, as idam, 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 all this can be, or all this is just Om. Om is the sound, Om is the name. So everything is just Om. Means all the names merge in that one name Om. All the names merge in one name Om. Then we understand all these names separately. They are just expressions of Om. But all the names, they merge into Om. Om iti tad aksharamidam sarvam. Tasyopavyakhyanam. Bhutam bhavat bhavishyariti sarvam omkara eva. All that, again, further that mantra says that all that which was there in the past, that also is Om. That which is in the, that which will come in future, that also is Om. Everything is Om only. So the Om is the name of that Supreme Brahma, who alone expresses as this world. So when he expresses this world, the name of this world is also Om. All the names of different items in this world merge in that one name Om. Therefore, further, this mantra in Mandukya Upanishad, the second mantra says, Ki sarvam hi etad brahma. All this is Brahma only. So it was indicated through name that all this is Om. And now it is indicated from the standpoint of Brahma that everything is Brahma only. And then that Atma is pointed out. So here also the teacher, he says that though the mantras are different in the Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, atharveda, Itihas, Purana, billions of mantras are there conveying different items and different things, but all of them converge in one name. What is that name is not mentioned here, but it is mentioned elsewhere in this Mandukya Upanishad as Om. One name. Everything gets merged into one name. So when I say that I know Rigveda, I can say that I know Om. If one says that one knows samaveda, one can just say I know Om. There's a very beautiful story about Ramayana also. That Bhagwan Shivji, he wrote Ramayana. Shatakoti Pravistaram, and the Ramayana had 100 crores shlokas. So it was so fascinating that everyone wanted that Ramayana for themselves. So they approached Bhagwan Shivji and requested him that please give the Ramayana to us. So the Devtas approached him, the Manushya, human beings approached him, Asuras approached him, and they requested that please give us this Ramayana so that we also will be benefited. So Shivji gave 33, he divided the whole Ramayana into 3 parts of 33 lakhs each, 33 lakhs shlokas each, and he gave it to the Devtas, Asuras, and the human beings. And 1 lakh he kept with himself. But then they said, no, we want that also. Then again, Shivji divided it into 3 and gave it to them. Finally, after a lot of this division, 1 shloka remained with Shivji. He said, at least let me keep 1 shloka for myself. They said, no, we want that also. A shloka has got 32 letters. So Shivji divided it into 3, 10, 10, 10 each, because 32 cannot be divided into 3. So 2 letters he said, I will keep for myself. And those 2 letters are Bhagwan's name, Ram Nam. So Ram Nam. So that Nam, Ram Nam, he kept with himself. What does it mean? That though Ramayana is conveying a lot of things, so many things are there, but the essence of everything that is conveyed in Ramayana comes in 1 name, and that is Ram. If you hold on to that name Ram, you have held on to Ramayana completely. Nothing else is required. Tulsidas ji in his Ramayana, he says, कि एहि मह राम नाम उदारा, एहि मह रघुपति नाम उदारा. He says that in this Ramayana, there is only Bhagwan's name, Udar, his generous name is there. So the essence of Ramayana is also Bhagwan's name. The essence of all the teachings is Bhagwan's name. Similarly, here the teacher is telling Narada that all that you have learned, all that you have mastered, all that you have acquired is the name. He's not saying in a negative way. He's saying it's very good. You have attained Bhagwan's name. When we divide it into various things, different types of subjects and different learnings, then we don't understand the mystery of this name. So it is just a name. Om. In Gita also Bhagavan says, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu. In all the Vedas, I am Pranava. I am the name Om. So the teacher tells him that now focus on the name. Not many things which you have learned, but all that you have learned, you understand it as 1 name, that name of that Supreme Brahma who is expressing as this world. The entire world with the billions of variety of forms, having billions of variety of names, the whole world is expression of that Brahma, and all that we know, all that knowledge about the world is the name Om. So nakshatra vidya, sarpadeva jana vidya, nama eva etat. Everything is name only. Actually, it's the most fascinating actually, but maybe I am not able to convey the depth and the beauty of this name which is mentioned here. So Nam is the first step to hold on to in order to attain that supreme goal of Brahma. If we can hold on to this Nama, it will take us to our ultimate destination. Because Nam is not different from Rupa. And Nama Rupa becomes one in that Brahma. And Brahma is our own inner self. So through Rupa also, step by step, we can understand that Supreme Brahma. But here the teacher is pointing out that Brahma taking support of Nam. See, when the scientists and all try to investigate, try to find out the secret of this world, they keep on doing experiments on the matter of this world. So they take some object, they break it into pieces. They come to know that it is made up of molecules. Then they further break that molecule and they come to know that it is made up of atoms. Then they further break the atom and they come to know that it is made up of particles. Then they try to break those particles and come to know that they are made up of subatomic particles. And further, if they break, they come to know that it is just energy, a field. So they keep on trying to investigate the matter. And what they collect in this process is more names. More names are collected, but they don't understand that all these names merge into one name. Because all this matter merge into one, that supreme reality. So here the teacher is taking us to that supreme truth through the name, Nam. Therefore, he tells Naradji that you worship that Brahma as Nam. Nam upasva iti. He says that you worship that Nam as Brahma. Worship name itself as Brahma. Nam upasva Brahma iti Brahma buddhya. Yatha pratimam Vishnu buddhya upaste tadvat. Shankaracharya writes, just as we worship the idol, let us say Vishnu Bhagwan's idol is there, or this Shaligram is there, and we worship it as Vishnu, or Krishna idol is there, we worship it as Krishna. Similarly, this name is there, and you worship that name as Brahma. Means understand that all the learnings can be merged into one name, and that name is Brahma. That name itself is Brahma. In this way, you do the upasana. Meditate on the name as Brahma. We'll chant the next mantra also, then slowly you will come to understand the whole logic and the rationality behind all this. So the next mantra, Sayo nama brahmeti upaste yavan namno gatam tatra asya yatha kamacharo bhavati yo nama brahmeti upaste asti bhagavo namno bhuya iti namno bhava bhuyo asti iti tanme bhagwan bravitva iti. So the Upanishad further says, कि स यो नाम ब्रह्मेति उपास्ते. The teacher tells Narada ji that one who worships this name itself as Brahma, means this name, the sar of all the teaching is Om. So just worship that Om. Om is a name. So worship that Om name itself as Brahma. Meditate on that Om name as Brahma. That Om is Brahma. See, this relationship of Om with Brahma is eternal. See, for example, let us say a child is born, when a child is born, the child doesn't have any name. Then after a few days, we keep a name to that child. We call that child Gopal, let us say. So slowly that Gopal grows to become a young man. So there is a form and there is a name which we have given. So it is a secondary. That name was given by us, by the parents, but it is associated with that person. So when he is there in front and I say, hey Gopal, please come here. So though I am calling his name, but that body, that whole person comes, because that person is associated with that name Gopal. Gopal, you go there. Gopal, you sit. Gopal, you talk. So Gopal, that name is associated with that person. But this association we have given means after the birth of that child. So, but similarly, after creating this world, Bhagwan gave names to all the material of this world. Namani kritva abhivadan yadastehi. Says that after creating these different forms, Bhagwan gave those names like Akash, Vayu, Agni, Jal, Prithvi. So there are these names which are eternal and always associated with those objects. And we come to know about those names through Guru Shishya Parampara. So the name which is given to that Brahma is Om. So Om is not different from Brahma. Om itself is Brahma. Om is not different from Brahma. So the first step is meditate on Om or the name itself as Brahma. Om as Brahma. To make it more simple, our Rishi Munis and saints and all, they also gave other names. Like Bhagwan has got many names, so one can just take up any name representing all the names, and that name should be accepted as the name of Brahma. So if Om can be taken, or Ram, or Krishna, or Shiva, or some Devi name. Like Bhagwan Shivji, he constantly chants Ram Nam, Ram, 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 Ram. So here the teacher says, you meditate on this name itself as Brahma. So yo Nama Brahma iti upaste, and then he gives the Falashruti. He says, one who meditates on name as Brahma, then yavan namno gatam tatra asya yatha kamacharo bhavati. He says then, what is the phala? That whatever is the scope of that name, whatever be the range of that name, this meditator, this upasak, also gets to go, also gains freedom to go to all this range. Means he also reaches all this where the name reaches. Wherever the name goes, this meditator also reaches there. Means he gains identity with that name. He gains identity with the name. See, in the beginning we chant Om or we chant Ram Nam as belonging to Bhagwan. But as we practice this more and more, we identify totally with the name. That the whatever be the gati of that name becomes my gati. Whatever be the range of that name becomes my range. So yatha kamacharo bhavati yo nama brahma iti upaste. So that is the beauty of this name which is being revealed here, which is the essence of all the shastras, all the learning. Learning are nothing but words, and learning is nothing but different names. But all the names boil down into, merge into one name. And that one name is of Brahma. So meditate on that one name as Brahma. That is the first step. So the Naradji, after hearing this, he asked his teacher, कि भगवो नामनो भूय इति अस्ति ना भगवो नामनो भूय इति, that is there something subtler, something deeper than name? So the teacher says, yes, there is something subtler than name. First step, you take the name, but then you can go deeper, deeper, deeper. So what is there anything subtler than name? He said, yes. Namno bhava bhuyah asti iti. Then Naradji requested him, Tanme Bhagwan Bravitu iti. Then please tell me that. Please teach me that. Please teach me that which is subtler than even name. So that the teacher will teach in the next section that we will see in our next class. I hope you could understand what I spoke today. It was a bit, I think, a bit complex. But if you listen to this pravachan again and think for, I'm sure you will understand. So next class we will have after a 1 week break. Next week I am going out of town. So next week we will not have this class, have these classes. The next class will be on 10th of April. So 10th April, Monday, we will have the next class, in which again I will revise this portion and then we will go further. Okay? So till then, you take care, be happy, safe, peaceful, healthy, do your work, do your sadhana, and see you on 10th of April. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Boli Siyavar Ramchandra Bhagwan ki Jai. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.